Alright, let's get this going. Hello, welcome to the stream. Jamie A, Laban Turner, Jake FWTX, Gardoki's Playground, Drifters Workshop, Zoltan's Aquatics. Hello, everyone, welcome. Did I get everyone? I think I got everyone there. I have some lozenges in my mouth. Lozenges. There we go. So that's why I kind of sound muffled right now. But today I'm going to be doing some water changes and stuff because, guys, I'm behind. I don't have time to do things in my life anymore with just everything. So I'm doing it on stream because I don't have a video for this week. So shrimp tank water changes. Let's go. Where's my hose? See, that's... I don't even have that. The cold tubs are... Oh my god, was I just draining water while adding it? Anyway, the cold tubs are done over there. So they're refilling now. So that's a big plus. That's a huge thing done. So I'm going to do these ones at the very top. My little micro things. What do they call them? Pico tanks, people call them. I'll get my head on stream here. But I am. Hello, hi, hello people. Go finish the video. No, I'm doing this. Hello, Daniel Cordone. Welcome. It's a 4-day weekend. I need to get it done by Saturday. Wow. This really needs to just dissolve. I need to get it done by Saturday in order to meet my upload schedule, like when I want my videos to go public, because when the video goes public actually matters. Like if I released it on a Monday, like based off my YouTube analytics, like no one would watch it until the weekend anyway. So when I release it on Saturday, it gets a better, like, it gets a really good first 2 days of people watching it. Just a little algorithm trick, I guess. All hail the algorithm. Yeah, it is a 4-day weekend though. Added caradinas to their new tank yesterday. That is awesome. I hope they're doing well. Scrumbunculus, hello, welcome to the stream. I feel the hot mess energy of this stream to the core. Hello, Krenja Crippen, welcome. The algorithm. The hot mess. Yeah, I guess we're in the hot mess mode already. It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. Basically, since the last video, the Costco Aquariums video, since I put that one public, I just haven't really, like, sat down and grinded out the editing process. I've been doing it here and there, like, sometime a couple hours here, a couple hours there, and it's getting there. Like, I'm sure if I sat down tonight and tomorrow, I could have got it out in time for Saturday, but that also involves just me sitting down, and, like, if I'm not in the mood for it, I'm forcing myself to do it, and I don't want to force myself to do, I don't want to force myself to do any work, guys. I want this to be easy. I don't want to force myself because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, this is a hobby. This is something I'm doing on the side for fun, so I shouldn't stress over it, right? That's kind of where my mind's at with that. So we got the first tank drained. And just so you guys are aware, anyone new joining, I put pantyhose over the opening to my siphon, and it prevents any shrimp from getting sucked up, so I don't have to even look. That's just some old pantyhose that my wife, they ripped, they tore or whatever, they ran, so she donated them to me, and I just boiled them for like 20 minutes to make sure there weren't any toxins or detergents or fabric softener left over on it. And I mean, it's not killing off my shrimp. I have plenty breeding. And I've been using the same pantyhose here for probably, well, the channel life. Let me make sure I check the chat. Put some shorts up of the caradinas that are looking amazing. Nice, very nice. Did a 30-day cycle. Shouldn't you do like a 60-day cycle with caradina, because the substrate is still leaching ammonia? Like, maybe your substrate's not, but that's what I did. At least a 60-day. I hate scripts, but apparently scripting the video makes it easier to edit. I do, like, some videos are more scripted than others. I always have a rough outline, at least, and like a rough idea of what I want the video to look like in the end before I even start making it. Like, I'm able to visualize really well. So, in that aspect, like, I'm doing fine. It's just actually sitting down and being like, this, I'm editing tonight. That's all I'm doing is editing. I'm not so good at that. I tend to get up and wander and come do stuff in the tanks, and what I want it to be like a 2-hour editing session will turn into like actually editing for 40 minutes, and the other hour 20 I was over here separating moss and some water tank, you know? Sorry, I have the water refilling the call tubs over here, so I just have to keep refilling the 5-gallon bucket I'm using. I guess I can actually show you. So I have one 5-gallon bucket that I use to refill all the tanks just because it's at the right height, and then I have other buckets that I dump into it in order to keep it topped up. Yeah, I mean, pretty basic stuff there. So our second tank is done draining now. And these ones up top, because they are smaller, I do larger water changes. It kind of counterintuitive. You'd think with a smaller tank you do a smaller water change, like smaller percentage wise, because then the parameters aren't fluctuating as much. This is all dirty water, by the way, so the parameters aren't fluctuating as much. But because my cull shrimp are actually super hardy, like I can just take them from tank to tank and move them around and move them to soft water, move them to hard water, and the majority of them seem to survive, which is really cool. I do these larger water changes up here in order to keep the nitrates from ever building up too much. Obviously having the live plants in there helps as well, but doing larger water changes just helps. And I mean, it kind of like resets the parameters a little bit so that things don't go haywire. What I do up here I don't do down here, because these ones, it's all cull shrimp. I don't really care too much about the livestock in there, as weird as that is to say. And it's little like experimental stuff because it's smaller water volumes, so I can do every little experiment I want to do. I can do it with smaller portions of things, where I realized if I want to experiment with the cull tubs, I have to use more H2O2, more fertilizer. Like, I have to use more of things just to test it, where with this I like a prime, the dosing of prime in this is like 2 drops or something, right? Like, just for example, compared to a 10-gallon, which is 1 milliliter. I've been ignoring the chat a little bit, sorry about that. Bob Browse, hello. Another week and I'll be setting up my outdoor tub for some Neos. Yeah, my calls will probably live in your well water drifters workshop. Drifters in my Discord. It's actually a local guy here, so he'll be buying some shrimp from me eventually. But his well water was at like, what was it? It was like over 1,000 TDS, and then he looked it up, and like over 1,000 TDS is actually like not recommended for human consumption. So we all had a good laugh about that in the Bob Moss Fan Club Discord. Link in the description if you'd like to join that. We always have a good time. We're rocking, rolling. See, this is what ADHD looks like, guys. I actually got a prescription today for that, so hopefully I'll be a little less manic. Glad to hear that. Always nervous on big water changes. Yeah, it was 1,100 TDS was the well water. I look a little... Don't you ever utter that name. I'm going to ban that set of characters in my chat. I'll get the Neos from you when ready. All my Neos are pretty hardy, but these cull Neos, I don't know what it is about them. Maybe it's the fact that they've been like born and raised in such a wide variety of parameters here, but they're super hardy for me. Almost like never have losses of culls, or at least I don't see them because most of them are in the tubs. I actually had a dead blue bolt the other day. That was kind of sad, kind of upsetting, but it was clearly old age. Like, it was a big mother. It was actually a female too, so big mother is appropriate. Liquid chalk sounds delicious. Crack one, pour a little out for the dead shrimpies. I'm not pouring beer on my floor. Enough liquid gets on this floor. I don't need to put beer on it as well. And yeah, apparently I suck at shipping shrimp long distances. Anything over 2 days shipping, apparently it's game over for my shrimp. So the solution to that, I'm looking for breather bags. Jamie A, I did order some breather bags, so they should be here next week, hopefully, if all the shipping goes well. This lozenge will not dissolve. And I got Drifter to go get some moose head. I have this other monitor blocking this monitor. My setup is not ideal today. Sorry about that. But yeah, Gardaki's Playground. We don't say that name. Well, Elway and Manning are my quarterbacks. Okay. Maybe oh my God, I'm blanking on the name right now. Jake Plummer. Jake Plummer's my Jake the Snake. Those are my quarterbacks. Not this turd. I don't even know, like, obviously I'm gonna watch the games next year, but it's gonna be so painful to sit through 17 more games with that idiot ruining my team. Oh, come on. And the betta tank, you gotta do, when you have fish with shrimp, you gotta do the water changes for the fish, not for the shrimp. Which is partly why I don't really recommend it, especially if you don't have shrimp like down pat. If you're a fish keeper, don't like, and you want to introduce shrimp into your fish tanks, I don't recommend it because you're probably going to shock them when you do water changes. The way I've seen people do some of their fish tank water changes is just insane to me when I take the care that I do with shrimp tanks. But with the betta, I know I do have to do a larger percentage water change. So yeah, we're getting it like that's like a 60% water change or something like that, because they can't have the nitrates. Like I think my shrimp are able to survive a little bit higher nitrates than the fish would be comfortable in. Not that the shrimp would be like super comfortable as well, but they're not gonna get fin rot. Manning was a Bronco. I think he won more playoff games as a Bronco. Liquid Zoo OnlyFins, still one of my favorite YouTube names ever. I think my favorite though is Snail Team 6. That's a pretty good name. I drew a blank, but I had this little Chia Pet guy in my tank, so I went with it, and here I am like 3 years later, still Bob Moss. People still call me Bob. That's what I am. I need to like dye my hair green or something. Actually, I can just bring the camera over. I did something else. I got another Chia Pet. This is back at Christmas. I got one. So now I have in this tank over here, I got a Chumasa. That's a Chewbacca Chia Pet in there, and the moss, I just attached it. Actually, I've been behind on some things in the tank, shrimp room, etc. So I just strapped the moss and some water tang onto the back of Chewbacca's head, so it's Chumasa, I guess, or Subbaka, Chewmaster Tang, Chewbacca Tang. Jake FWTX, hunting gourami is not shrimp friendly. No, I wouldn't think so. Yeah, well, he played more seasons. That's just, he had the best offense in NFL history as a Bronco. Ha! It's an awesome name, and yes, you should dye your hair green. I think I'd get a divorce if I did that. I don't think the wife would be too happy with me. So yeah, I'm pretty quick with the water changes. The only thing that really slows me down is actually the drain time these days. Dirty water there. Dirty water. Fuck that up. More dirty water here. It's not even, I mean, I guess it is kind of weird color. It's not even that dirty though, because I don't gravel vac, right? So I don't get all the fish poo that other people would get in their tanks. Because I only gravel vac like once in a blue moon, and I will squeeze out the filters if I notice their performance going down. That's basically the only time I squeeze out my filters anymore. But what I've done, I've kind of redid my air setup over here the other week. I got some new. I'm too cheap to buy the linear air pumps, so I just bought some more diaphragm pumps to get me through because the noise was annoying. But I redid it with some diaphragm pumps over here, and they're variable, so I can crank them if I notice like some of the performance dropping. So that's given me a little more like spacing of time on squeezing out the sponge filters. I don't have to do it as often now, and when I do it, they're actually dirtier, which is a good thing. Sometimes I go and like it's not flowing very well, and I go to squeeze it out, and it's not black, it's just brown water. I like that water to be very, very dark and nasty when I go to actually squeeze it out. I hear water dripping. I'll be back after these messages.
What the fuck? Having trouble finding those aquarium supplies you need?
Oh no.
Is the local fish store overcharging you for subpar products? Or even worse, maybe you're forced to shop at PetSmart. Fret no more, my friends. At bobmoss.shop, I guarantee the best selection and lowest prices of everything I could actually get through customs. Use the link in the description and be sure to enter the code YouTube15 at checkout for 15% off your entire order. Live shrimp shipped within Canada only. Dry goods and plants can be shipped within the continental United States. Worldwide shipping on all dry goods.
Sorry guys, something happened with my dishwasher. Stream's canceled. Bye.